Hi everyone, welcome back to the MythBusters series where we look at whether these new diet trends or lifestyle fads are typically fact or fiction and whether we should be incorporating them into our lifestyles or not. Today we are tackling a very interesting and quite extreme diet out there, and it's called the Carnivore Diet. So today we will be looking at what the Carnivore Diet is and whether or not it is something that you should consider following if your goal is maybe to lose weight or for mental clarity or for some of the other benefits that this diet is proposing. So the Carnivore Diet is basically what it says. It's an all plant or all animal product diet. So there's no plants in this diet and it's mainly focusing on your meat, fish, eggs, and some dairy. So it's quite a simple diet, and that's typically why it's become so popular, is mainly because it's so easy to follow because you are eliminating all foods except meat. Some of the benefits that it claims, mainly because it says if you're removing plant products, you will experience an increase in mental clarity, reduction in inflammation, and even maybe see some weight loss. So those are typical benefits that some people have claimed with this carnivore diet. So today we will be focusing on the science and what the science is saying, whether this diet really has some benefits or whether it is maybe just one of those fad diets that may even be more dangerous than helpful. So before we look at what the science says, just a quick introduction. Hello, my name is Melissa Null. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm part of the Body 20 Nutrition Doctor team. And welcome if you're new here. We do these videos every 2 weeks. You're welcome to follow along, and you're also welcome to let us know if you have any questions via WhatsApp or email. So let's look at what the science says about this carnivore diet. Now remember, the carnivore diet is an all-animal product diet. There's no plants, so there's no fruits, no vegetables, no nuts, no seeds, no legumes, no grains. So it's typically a very high protein diet and a very low carbohydrate diet. So looking at the science, let's look at what the benefits could be of this diet. So firstly, it is quite a new diet and there is very limited research on it, and the studies on it is also quite small. So we already kind of seeing some problems with that. So the very first claim or benefit of this diet is its simplicity and the fast or rapid weight loss results. Now again, like I said in the beginning, it's a really easy diet to follow because you're basically cutting out every single food group except your proteins that come from animal products, and therefore we see that there is some weight loss, especially rapid weight loss, due to two reasons. Firstly, you're cutting out most of the food groups, but also essentially completely cutting out carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide calories, of course, and therefore you are cutting your calories and you might therefore see some weight loss. Another thing with cutting out carbohydrates is your body is therefore forced to switch from using glucose as its preferred fuel source, to using fat as its preferred fuel source. So therefore it is going to use the fat that is already in your body. So those are the two main reasons why you would see weight loss, and we often see that this weight loss starts to plateau after a while, mainly because of adjustments and adaptations happening in the body. The second benefit that this diet is claiming is reduction in inflammation. Now that is definitely something we all need. We need to reduce inflammation in our bodies because we are exposed to a lot of inflammation with our busy lifestyles and the cities that we're living in and so forth. Now the science that we see here is quite small studies and mostly anecdotal studies, meaning that it's not really very scientifically backed. And we see that the real reason for the carnivore diet may be reducing inflammation is because you are cutting out typically your inflammatory triggers, like for example processed carbohydrates that you might have been eating more regularly. Now that you're cutting that out, you are eliminating that inflammatory trigger and you might therefore reduce your inflammation. So there's nothing really in the meat necessarily that is reducing inflammation. And actually, if we think about the fact that your saturated fat content is so much higher in your red meat products, it actually might be contributing more to inflammation in the long term. So those are the two main benefits that you can typically already see from what I've been saying now, that there isn't a lot of studies backing it. But except for looking at that, we need to definitely be looking at the negative effects of the carnivore diet, which I think is something we definitely need to take more seriously, as it is definitely a diet that has been promoted by quite a few influential people, and it might be dangerous if you are following it without really knowing what the risks are. So the very first problem that we see in the science is that the carnivore diet, like we've mentioned multiple times before, has no carbohydrates and therefore no fiber. Now, this is definitely a problem because fiber is super important for gut health and for so many other things in the body, like for example, managing the blood sugar levels and making sure that we are reducing the risk for colorectal cancer, which is definitely something we definitely want to reduce, right? So if you aren't having fiber in your diet, you are definitely putting your digestive health at risk. And we also do see that fiber helps with the cholesterol levels and managing them in the body. Now, if you are having a high saturated fat diet, we do see that that has been linked to some heart health concerns and especially cholesterol level concerns. So we do see that that might be a bit of a problem. Another problem with the carnivore diet cutting out all of the other food groups except animal products is that we might see a lack of nutrients, mainly because there's such a low variety in the diet and we aren't getting any fruits or vegetables and so forth. So if we look at something like, for example, vitamin C we mainly get from our fruits and vegetables. Yes, we do get vitamin C in animal products as well, but the amount is so much lower than what we would get from our fruits and vegetables. So there is this concern that we aren't meeting our daily requirements of vitamins and minerals through the carnivore diet typically, or just having animal products especially. Another problem we do see with the carnivore diet is if you already have a pre-existing kidney disease or issue, then high protein diet is definitely something you shouldn't be following, as it might add extra strain to the kidneys. So overall, we do see that the science is definitely not in favor for the carnivore diet, as it might definitely be increasing your risk for heart diseases, as well as putting you at risk for vitamin and mineral deficiencies, as well as the lack of fiber, definitely something that we are very, very concerned about. So in general, it's definitely not a diet that we would recommend. It's definitely not sustainable. And at the end of the day, like in all the videos that we've already made by now, is that we do say that sticking to a balanced variety diet is the best approach, as you will be making sure that you're getting on all of the vitamins and minerals you need and still have something that is sustainable, something you can do every day in social events and so forth, and really just still be enjoying your diet at the end of the day. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let us know, and I'll see you in the next one.